7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York. We are here every single month with the Liverpool Warriors, and tonight we're celebrating the football team in the 2024-25 season as we head into that first game. This is part 2 of our special from Avicolli's right down the road from Liverpool High School. And I have center with me Nolan, Huson, as well as left guard, nose guard Matt Reed, and right tackle, D-tackle Jared Curcio. Please give the linemen a round of applause. So, gentlemen, first and foremost, how are we doing?
Good, how are you?
You guys doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
All right, so the center position, extremely important.
Oh, yeah.
They think the quarterback starts everything, but
No,
it's you.
Yeah.
And,
Play starts and ends with me.
And if you don't have that timing down, if you don't hike the ball right, if you don't have your technique, if you don't know what's going on with the quarterback, hear his cadence, all that stuff, a million things could go wrong, a million things can go right. We don't give the center enough credit. So, Nolan, I'm going to give you some credit right now by everything we just said, and then I would love for you to talk about this high-octane position that we don't talk about enough.
Thank you. First off, a good surrounding O-line. Last year, the surrounding O-line was very good, and they were all seniors. They helped me, help me into the offense. And this year, we also have a very good offensive line around me, which makes it a lot easier on me.
Was center always a thought for you? I mean, did it become that? Like, bring me into when center happened for you.
So when I was younger, I played center a lot, like in Pop Warner. Yeah. And then in like 8th grade, modified-ish, I switched to tight end. Some of y'all know I played backup quarterback too. Yeah. Yes, I did. And then I kind of transitioned back to center when I got older. So
you played center from back in the day.
Yeah.
What were you always just kind of towering over people? Like, did you kind of grow up fast that they said, hey, go play center?
I mean, I was pretty tall growing up.
Yeah.
So I guess so.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love playing center. Yeah.
Who's the best center in the NFL right now?
Probably Creed Humphrey, yeah. It's
okay.
It's a good pick. Chiefs center.
Yeah. And that's some love for the Chiefs. A few years ago, I don't think people would say their offensive line.
Oh no, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm a Bengals fan, but I'll give credit where it's due. Creed Humphrey's pretty good.
Absolutely. All right, Matt, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, man. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
So, offensive line, defensive line. If you had to choose, feet to the fire, what do you pick?
It depends on the game, honestly. Love offensive line. Love being able to get the touchdowns. But at the same time, there's nothing better than the game that tackles.
So, for you, do you have a favorite O-line moment and a favorite D-line moment? A favorite blocking moment and then a favorite tackle moment so far?
I'm definitely going to have to go with pole blocking. Love pole blocking.
Okay.
On defense, it's a tough question. I play nose guard, so there's not very many sacks for me. But I guess whenever they run A-gap, and I can just swallow it.
For you, being on the interior of the defensive line, how would you describe what that looks like? Because I feel like there's so much emphasis on the ends, on edge rushers, on hybrids now. Bring me into the interior D-line and what's so great about being a part of that.
It's a lot of just being a wall, honestly. Your biggest job is just taking on the double team and not being moved. A lot of my job is being able to block and be able to take on those double teams where our linebackers can make the play.
Yeah. So, do you enjoy it?
For the most part.
For the most part? Okay. So, being on the interior part of the offensive line as well and working right alongside the center, you heard Nolan give you guys some credit. Mm-hmm. What can you say about what Nolan does at the center position?
Oh, man. He's definitely a great assist. Having him right next to me on double teams and everything, it's a great double team.
Jared? Hello. How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing very well. I want to give Jared a shout out. He was the earliest one here. First one here. And if anybody took a shower, I don't think you came in sweat.
Oh, yeah.
You came in like right from practice. So you were like, hey, I got somewhere to be. I respect that.
Yeah, gotta show up early, man.
There is somewhat of a mullets-ish life going on for you.
Yeah, so I started it this season and up until the end of the season. So
February. All right. Can we see that on the screen? Let me see if we can bring that up.
Give
Can
a-
you,
give a
can you,
mullet flip.
Can you turn around? Can
Lean
you do
in,
the
give a
mullet
mullet
flip? Look at that.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in that mane right there. So it's going to be hanging out of the helmet.
absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna give it everything I got every play.
Everything you got, every play. Offensive and defensive line. Do you have a preference between right tackle and D tackle?
I choose O line over D line only because this is my first year playing D line. So
Yeah.
coming from a period of O line more, I definitely pick it over it. But I mean, just a short time of D line, I've enjoyed.
Fair enough. Let me check that for you. I want to make sure we can. Here you are, right here. Right tackle.
Yeah.
Left tackle, right tackle, if you got to choose, if you walked into the office and Coach Sindoni said you're line, because he had to play right tackle, and then when there was an injury, he shifted to left, and he would shift back and forth.
Switch. I mean, play wise, it's just flipping it, but technique wise, it'd be much different.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. And what is the hardest thing about being on the offensive line that you guys don't get credit for, Jared, in your opinion? Because if a play ends up positive yardage, if you end up in the end zone, we hear about the quarterback, we hear about the tight end, the wide receiver, the running back. We almost never hear about the offensive line unless there's a penalty.
Yeah.
So what is the hardest thing on the offensive line that you guys don't get enough credit for?
I definitely say just consistent recognition. Maybe sometimes I'll going at it and I make a good play and then it just kind of gets breezed over sometimes. But most of the time they catch on to it. So I mean, other than that, I mean we definitely get good enough recognition in the film room and on practice days. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Does John Sindoni show you proper love as an offensive line?
Yeah, John does an all right job.
Where is John right now? Oh, okay. I'm going to say something, John, okay? And I want you to take this with you to heart. I said if I was ever an offensive lineman and my quarterback didn't show me love, because I think about when Tom Brady would yell at his offensive line. What I would do is I would tell all the guys, like I'd call it whatever play. I'd call it like, let's do the Kermit. And I would say Kermit on one, we'd all shift, let the quarterback get hit, right? And if they were being rude, if they were being disrespectful, like when Brady screamed at his line. And then I do it one more time, and I huddle now with us. So, John, all I'm saying is these guys can carry you or they can bury you. So, got to let them carry you, right? Got to let them carry you. What's your favorite thing about your quarterback, Jared?
I mean, he's pretty good at decision making, man. I mean, if the pocket collapses on one side, he's quick to make a decision to either scramble out or complete the check down or look for the long ball, whatever it is. He seems like he makes the right decision.
Good decision maker. Matt, what would you say? Because you're just doing your job, right? You're just looking at the guy in front of you and trying to keep him away from your quarterback.
They're great linemen. You know, I feel like we communicate very well up front, and you know we've been working since December, just on signaling, running through plays, and these past few months have really just been like tightening them up and getting them ready for those Fridays. Here we had a lot of young guys come in, and a lot of them didn't have any varsity experience, myself included. This year, all those young guys are back, and with experience, with playoff experience, they know what it takes to win a playoff game. And it's just the experience level is so much higher than it has been last year.
All right, so experience. Matt, what would you say? Why does this team have the opportunity to lean on the more positive side of things?
I'll definitely say the culture that we've built since November. We've had consistently over 40 guys in the weight room since November, only building throughout the year. We've continuously been building a brotherhood and really becoming a family.
Becoming a family, I like that. Jared, what would you say?
I'd say that, I mean, we've built a very good culture, as Matt said. And, I mean, that all starts with the weight room, as you said, and like getting us with like those early lifts, those late nights, and like the condition and everything. I feel like we've done a much better job this season, and it's because we've matured more and we've grown as a family better. And I mean that's the foundation of your team, man. You gotta keep working on that every day, no matter good it is.
I like that. Got to be a family every day. Jared, let's play rapid fire. What's your question for me?
What's your favorite NFL team?
Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, it's always been since 1990, since they came out in 1995. I'm a fan of Trevor. I know some people want to let go of him now. I don't really get that, but I'm a fan of Trevor, Travis Etienne. I've gotten to interview a lot of the guys. Josh Hines Allen, he's a really humble guy. Foye Aluakin, awesome leader. Chad Muma, Cam Robinson. I'd love for him to stay healthy, hopefully, this year, but he's been with him for a long time. Anton Harrison, Roy Robertson Harris, Christian Kirk, Evan Engram. He's got a big faith in God, so him and I have conversations that are a lot bigger than football. Christian Kirk, I love the way he breaks down the game. Muma breaks down the game in such an amazing way. It's so detailed. So, yeah, I think I've been really spoiled with them. And no matter what the record is, there's a lot of good guys there. Andre Sisco from Syracuse. So much love to them and to a lot of the guys that aren't there right now, like Rayshon Jenkins, who I always love talking to. So some really good guys that have come through the building. Blake Bortles, too. He did some good things there. So my question to you, Jared, if you had an opportunity to pancake any NFL defensive lineman, who would you put on their butt and why do you pick that person?
I'd probably say Chris Jones because I hate the Chiefs. That's why.
I knew you were going to say Chris Jones. I don't know why. It was like some type of osmosis there that you were going to say Chris Jones. All right. Okay. He's considered one of the top 10 of the top 100 this year in the NFL. All right, Matt, what's your question for me?
What is the biggest animal you could beat in a fight?
The biggest animal I could beat in a fight? I would say that my faith in God would put me in any situation where if it was me staying alive, I would trust in God like I always have. And why not go to a place where the saint I was named after has already been? Bring me into the lion's den.
Okay.
So, all right, Matt, let's see here. What is the one meal that you wish you never ate?
Wow. His parents are in the back.
Are your parents here?
They're in the back.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna have to go with goulash.
Goulash.
It is probably the one thing I don't like.
Which is crazy because, like, my buddy was actually, he made someone was eating it yesterday of all things that you could bring up. But goulash? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's redeem you. What's your favorite family meal?
Anything.
Anything else? Anything other than goulash?
Anything.
Sounds like a true offensive lineman. Literally anything.
Whatever's in front of me.
Whatever's in front of you.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. Good answer. Okay. Nolan, what's your question for me?
What's like the craziest thing you've had happen like during an interview? Like something like the background or like something happened to the person you were interviewing?
Craziest thing that's ever happened in an interview. Oh boy. I gotta think now. We're talking about 21 years in November because I started right when I went to college.
I'd say it could be anything. Like,
Oh boy. Let me think. Craziest thing that's ever happened in an interview. Okay. Maybe not crazy, but Christian Rossi from West Genesee, who played a bunch of sports. I love you, Christian. We're friends. But when I first met Christian, he did a rapid fire with me, and he said, you're on a plane with your parents, and there's one parachute for your mom and dad. Who do you save? And I said that I would give the parachute to my mom, hoping that she would hold on to my dad to save them both. But I told Christian that I'm a prankster, and I always find a way to up the ante. So about 3 months later, his girlfriend and his mother came to a broadcast we did with West Jenny, and I asked Christian, while he looked them both in the eye, which one he would save.
oh man, that's good.
So Yeah, I think he picked his mom. I think he said mom. I think he had to say his mom. But his girlfriend also bought him like a lot better gifts than he bought her. So Christian, if you're listening, I hope you've learned from these last few years. But no, we had some fun. I mean, I would probably say on the normal, I don't like when bees love me.
Bees.
Like in some weird type of way. I don't know if I have honey in my blood or what's going on with me. But bees, if there was one bee, like if there was one bee in here right now, it would leave all you guys alone. It would come right here and it would just be in my face the whole time we're doing the interview. So I would say seeing me do those weird hand gestures and start running around and swearing profusely.
Yeah.
I've probably done that.
Definitely.
Not like on the air live.
Right,
but
yeah.
The bees love me in a way that I wish that they didn't.
Definitely, yeah.
So with that being said, we got Coach coming up here, but before that happens, I want to give a round of applause to our O-linemen that also play D-line. Nolan, Huson, Matt Reed, Jared, Curcio, myself, Dan Tortora, Liverpool Warriors football 2024-25 season. The man who got the pizza for you is up next, Coach Nolan.